Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Let's Get It, coming to you on a special preview edition of the Sixers Miami Heat Game 5, which is tonight. Going to get into it. A lot to talk about, see what the predictions are for tonight's game. Obviously, talk a little bit about the Joel Embiid MVP snub that many consider. But as usual, checking in on a special Tuesday night. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I got to ask, did you guys practice did you guys do a lot better? 2 days. I mean, 2 days did you guys a lot of good?
I know. I don't know.
Sunday wasn't our best effort, but today was.
Yeah,
smooth.
it was kind of smooth.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was maybe it's a weekday thing, and it's not the morning. So you've been
Maybe
up for
that's
you.
it.
Randy's been up for a couple of hours.
No, I was up this morning, right early.
No, I'm just saying, like, you're a little more sharper.
Right.
It's not my fault. It's your fault that we.
It's I don't think I was the one that booed the women on Sunday.
Oh damn!
I mean,
look at you.
Just wanna
bring it up all
throw-
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I mean-
Look, this is what the kids do.
I was gonna
look
say-
at him being federal. You know.
You want to throw
You know
smoke?
what I mean?
You know. You didn't want to throw some smoke.
That's all good.
No, but it was. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm good. I'm
Good.
good. All's well. It's Tuesday.
It is, and it feels like good. Like I said, I think we're all running on all gears. Like you
Yes.
said, we were sharp. And how about you, Jay? How are you feeling?
I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm a Gemini. I don't know if y'all know Geminis. Y'all know Geminis?
I don't know anything about much of that.
All right.
stuff.
I'm a true Gemini. So that means that I get moody, I get a little annoyed. When I get annoyed, it's hard for me to shake it off a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, though, listen, I'm good. It's still a blessing to be here. And hey, listen, we're doing a preview show for our Sixers that I knew you said, you know what, to be honest, I think they're gonna lose. That's what you said.
You're right.
And I said, no, I'm not saying that. Fuck that. They can't lose. So you know what? I'm excited for them. And I feel like series like this always come down to tonight. Tonight is probably the biggest game. This game is bigger than any game thus far in the process. Would you agree or disagree?
I think that Game 7 in Atlanta was pretty big.
Yeah.
Versus Atlanta?
That changed the whole course of the process.
That's a good point, Coach.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
This is a huge.
It's a huge
There's so
game.
much riding on this game. You're absolutely right. I mean,
You know what I'm saying? But you're right about that. That Game 7 was big.
Yeah.
So would you say that the Game 7, this over the Game 7 in Toronto?
I was like, that was my only other thought. That was my only
You know
other
what I'm
thought
saying?
was at the Game 7 in Toronto, especially with the way that it ended.
I guess there was expectations for us to win that game, right?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, that's a good one. I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes.
I still think because like that, Toronto game was on the road, correct?
Yes.
This was at home, the Atlanta game.
Yes.
So that's why I think that game still sticks out more.
The one at home.
Yes.
But had they won the previous game, or Atlanta had won like 3 straight or 2 straight?
It was, I'll have to go back. I want to believe,
go back.
I thought Philly was up 3-1.
I want to go, I want to say they were up to, and then they said, okay, there's
2-1
no
or
way.
3-1?
3-1. I believe we were up 3-1. And I was like, there's no way.
I thought we
they're gonna-
lost 3 in a row.
Well, let's go back and double check.
But I could be wrong, though. I don't know. I mean, but anyway, listen, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited for tonight. I think I want to win. I think we need to win. But I definitely want a good showing. I don't want a mopping of us. You know what I'm saying? We got to win, though.
I agree. What concerns me, and it's not even like, go ahead.
Just to clarify, so in that series last year, Atlanta was up 3-2.
Oh,
Right,
And then
right,
we
right.
tied game 6 on the road, and then Atlanta beat us in game 7.
oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my thing is, like I said, I agree with you. We got to win tonight.
I think so. I think it has to happen.
I think it's crucial that happens. I guess my worry is, and I think Philly's the better team, but I don't know if they can win. I don't know if I can see them winning 4 in a row. And I guess that's where my concern. Like, I think they can win. I think they should win. There's nothing from the games that have shown me that Miami's going to win. But I'm like, are they just going to? They're not just going to keep. I don't think they're going to win 4 in a row. I don't think they can beat Miami 4 in a row. So I feel like they're going to drop one of these. I just don't know where it is.
Right. I agree. I mean, and there's a lot of things that have to play out. I mean, Miami has not shot the ball well. I mean, Miami's a good shooting team. They're going to end up shooting better. And I mean, the Sixers still, like, they are shoot. Look, they hit 16 threes last game. I mean, they're not going to do that. Like, they're just not. I mean, we hope so. I mean, I can say one thing. I think Joel is going to come out on fire. And I wouldn't be surprised if he scores 40 points tonight.
That's what everybody keeps saying. And you know what? I don't think Miami's going to let him do that. Because Miami is the reason that they're hitting 16 threes is because they're putting 2 and 3 guys on Joel.
Right.
So I don't think Embiid's not scoring because he's playing bad. I just don't think they're letting him do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
I think
fine.
that's
That's
why
fine.
that's why I think other guys are able to get going because they're just taking Embiid so much out of it that I don't think everybody's like, oh, he didn't get the MVP, he's gonna go off. And I like that thought process.
Sure.
I just don't think it's a thing where Miami would rather lose than let him get off.
Yeah. I mean, I would like him to
Still
score
point.
26 points because I have a little bit of money riding on that.
I
But
got-
other than
I
that,
got 25.
I took him at 25 and a half and I went over.
I did 24.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
see, that's what I'm saying. Put me on. I want to understand that shit because I don't know. But do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, it adds a little, it adds a little fun. It
All
adds
right.
a little fun.
I see Embiid going off. I like what I saw from Harden. I think Harden, he hit some shots. I mean, I just think that he has to just get a little more comfortable. I think he dialed it back a little bit. I don't see him, doing all that shooting. But I just need you to hit the shot when the ball swung to you, because I feel like his dimes were good. Everything was good, but I just feel like Miami. I don't like Harden in Miami either, especially with all the rumors that he hangs out, whatever. So I don't know if he's been hanging out all night, whatever. But I like him on this team, though. I think he's a good point guard. Like, he's just a good guard. Like, I just don't think, the other night or whatever, like, that was a big game that he played.
It was huge. I mean,
You know
that
what I'm
fourth
saying?
quarter was, that was the James Harden of old.
I was nervous about us because I'm like, yo, we get up ahead and they come right back.
Mhm.
Get up ahead, come. I always say basketball's a game of runs, right? But I don't want to be proven right. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
I'm like, damn, could keep the lead, but you know what? One of the things I'm a little upset about is Matisse. I think ever since Matisse went through this whole debacle with the vaccination,
Mhm.
he has not been the same.
No.
I'm not taking it away from Tyler Hero. Okay, I'm not taking nothing away. I'm not sure who I was talking to. It might have been you. I'm not sure. It might have been you. I'm not talking about it, and he was just still getting his, talking about how he can score from the outside and then still score from the inside. But Matisse is an elite defender. He should be able to stop that. I feel like he's getting faked out. I feel like he's losing him. I don't feel like he's containing him the way that he should.
Yeah, I agree. And like everybody says, and I agree with this, like there's some guys in the NBA, like you can't stop. You just have to you hope to contain them. You hope Giannis doesn't get 40. You hope he
Right.
gets 25.
Mhm.
You hope, guys
Right.
like that, you just make it tough on them.
Right.
But I think Tyler Hero's a guy you can shut down.
Right.
He
He's
should
not.
be able-
He's not that dude.
He's not that
No,
guy.
he's
Like,
not
he
that
should-
dude,
Like
man.
Jimmy's,
He thinks he's that
that
dude.
guy. You can't stop. Like Jimmy, I'm so impressed with Jimmy. Like,
Yeah, me too.
Jimmy's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what
Shout out my boy Jones too, man, because my boy Jones been on Jimmy for a minute. And I remember we was back in the day. I'd be like, yo, Jimmy's
that's because he was a
garbage.
bull, though.
Like, he's garbage. You know what
When
I'm
he
saying?
was a bull, he was on him.
Yeah, but yo, he's nice, man.
Jimmy's good, man.
He's very good, and he's going to get his points. It's everybody else, and Lowry's not playing now,
Right.
so their X factor. I thought they put him in the game. I got nervous when I seen Markeith out there.
Oh,
Did you get? Was it just me?
well,
or what?
I didn't get nervous.
Okay,
I
yeah.
didn't get nervous. And I like
nervous
him.
a little bit.
I like him. I
Uh-huh.
think he's like the kind of guy that can change a series just by being out there. But no, I didn't realize he hasn't really played since the Jokic injury.
Yeah, well, no, he was
I
really
didn't
hurt.
realize
He was really hurt by that. Listen, real quick, Coach. I got my man, one of my former students, man, KG was good, bro. But I also got we got Coach Cassidy, Eric Cassidy on here. He was saying something about keep blitzing the ball screen with Hero, and he's right though. I just feel like Matisse is getting lost, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thankful that he hit the three. Right, he hit a three. Thank God,
Right.
but. I need more defense. And I think he's just lost a couple of steps because of that whole, I don't know if it's a conditioning thing or whatever, but something ever since the vaccine debacle, he hasn't been the same.
And I agree with Coach Cassie. If you keep blitzing that ball screen to get the ball out of Tyler Hero's hands, like Miami relies on many guys to score.
Yes.
Jimmy doesn't want to score 40.
Right.
That's why he doesn't do it throughout the season. He never does it.
Right.
Because they have so many guys that can score.
Right.
But if you start taking away Tyler Hero's 20 points a game, the dude Max Strus, who's a great shooter, he's
Right.
struggling. And then Oladipo now is trying to find his Lowry's
Rhythm,
out.
right.
Bam can't do anything with Joel. So now you have Jimmy's forced to do everything. So if you
Right.
can keep those other guys uncomfortable and Jimmy's going to get his 40 because that's the only way they can score, I think you got a good shot.
Oh, I do. One of the things too is like, because how Joel's going to be pumped. He's going to want to, do what he can do. Is I hope that he takes what the defense gives him. And he doesn't
Right.
go like we were talking about kicking it out to your open shooters,
Right.
and you don't see him trying to do too much, which I don't
Yeah.
see him. I think that he's matured as a player,
Yes.
but
And he's less panicky.
right.
I don't want him to be panicky because Miami's going to throw defenders at him. And it's this pass like this. It's when he goes like this.
Oh, this
And-
one, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And it's like,
Mhm.
oh my God. Like, you get nervous. It's the same type of fear I fear when they pass Danny Green the ball other than in the corner.
Right, you're right. When he puts
Because
the ball
Danny
on the
Green
floor,
can't dribble.
no, he puts the ball on the floor. And I'm
It's
like,
always
love
like
Danny Green.
I love him too. Like, actually, I don't love him, but I'm loving him right now because he's shooting, he's scoring. So
Is
what I
he a
mean.
Long Island guy?
He is, man, but
Okay, I'm
yeah,
just
but,
checking.
but
That's
Long
all good.
Island guys can at least, they don't just dribble the ball and it they get stripped or every time. If you go back, you could do like a film shocking a fool all year on Danny Green when he puts the ball on the floor.
I've always said about, not always, since he's been on the Sixers, he's not worried about, like, the regular season doesn't, he's got 3 chips. He ain't worried about the regular season. He's here for the playoffs.
Yeah,
right.
That's it.
I mean, and if I'm not mistaken,
That's
doesn't he have a
fair.
Finals MVP?
No,
I
hell
thought- no, I could have sworn.
hell no, hell no. You
Who
couldn't
is
have
it that's
nothing.
got the
No.
Which team?
Oh yeah,
Let me go back and look. I might be mistaken.
That might-
Obviously,
I mean,
he
I
won
was
one
high
on-
school.
He won one on the Spurs, so he definitely didn't get that one.
yeah, that's
They-
true. He said ice
Raptors, no.
Toronto, Kawhi got it, and then
Okay.
Lakers.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, no, hell no,
You're right.
no. But he was a good piece though. He's like the modern day Steve Kerr.
That's
fair?
yeah.
Somewhat.
I think he's
Somewhat.
more of a piece than that.
Steve Kerr was a piece.
Steve
Yeah.
Kerr was a piece, but I think you like Steve Kerr was stand there and shoot it. We need Danny to play some defense.
That's true. All right, that's fair.
We need-
That's
Yeah.
fair. Miami's X factor is on the bench though.
I hope he stays on the bench.
You damn right. Because if he come off the bench,
I
we're
get
in
worried
trouble.
I get worried about him.
Oh my God.
He just can't defend. That's why he's not in the game. He can't.
Is that
guard,
what it is?
He can't guard anybody.
Really? Okay.
Anybody.
Okay.
So-
Okay. I get nervous about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna play tonight.
I feel
I think he has to.
too.
I think he has to because nobody's shooting well, so it's not like
Might as well roll the dice a
you
little
gotta
bit.
figure something
Yeah.
out.
So you think we see UD?
No.
Right. UD we never want to see.
Unless they're trying to get Embiid thrown out. Or
Right.
something like
right.
that.
Well, yeah.
Hey, listen, you know what? I mean, we only here for a couple of minutes though, but we were talking about the Ja Morant thing real quick. And the Jordan Poole, right? And Ja Morant dapped him up. He didn't really want to dap him up,
Yeah.
but he dapped him up or whatever. I believe that he should be suspended. And I believe that was a dirty play. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. And just feel me for a minute. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, please comment on this. He was shifted.
Before you start, do you know what the injury is?
No.
It's a bone bruise. Go ahead.
Okay. How do you get bone bruises?
Usually need a knee contact.
Knee contact or shifting of the knee, right? Awkward shift.
I don't know if that's a bruise. I thought contact is more of a bruise.
Yes.
Well,
I could be wrong.
I think it's shifting of the knee too.
Okay.
Because those are like, see, I've learned a lot from Jay's
For
ACL,
sure.
right?
Mhm.
So there's like plates, like so it's
Right.
little plates. There's 2 ligaments here,
Yeah.
something behind the kneecap and whatever. And shout out John Salvo, Eagles doctor. He knows what he's doing. They brought the knee. Matter of fact, Chop did it too. They brought the little knee out and everything. But anyway, he was shifted in a certain stance, and he grabbed his knee and caused a different reverse shift. That could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? If my head's like this, it's almost like, you know what happened? You know, if my head's like this and then somebody goes like this, that's going to cause a reverse shift.
For sure.
Right. So that's what I think people are minimizing it when they say, oh, yo, he just tapped the knee. That's nothing. But when did he tap it? If he's sitting down at the living room couch or whatever, and that's nothing. But if you are shifty and you're in the performance mode and then you grab it, that's a problem. So that's where I think that might have caused that injury.
So
Possibly.
that's possible. I would say this though. Do you think there was intention to grab his knee?
The hell you grabbing it for? To grab it.
But I agree with Coach. I don't think that he had any intention to grab the knee. I think he was
go
trying
like
to make
this. When you go like this,
no.
what are
He
you
was
grabbing
trying to
for?
grab
ball.
for the basketball.
He's going for the
If you-
ball.
That's what I agree with. I agree with Coach.
His leg is
Nah.
in between him.
Nah, it wasn't a grab of the ball. Like, I mean,
No,
that's,
he's going for the ball. He can't even see the ball. He's trying to get the ball.
Right. He's hoping the ball's there. The knee was there. He wasn't going because as soon as you can see it that he could have continued to wrap around the knee, but he released as soon as he.
My point is this: if he's not intentionally trying to even foul him in any way, I don't think he can be suspended. You can call flagrant foul if you want,
okay.
but my point is it's like the Dylan Brooks thing. Dylan Brooks clearly
Yeah, that's
went
dirty.
to take
Yeah,
him out of the air.
absolutely.
When Joel got the flagrant foul against Jimmy Butler, there was no malice behind
No,
that at all.
not
But
at
he
all.
hit him in his head.
But he
so
hit
it's
him
a
in the head. It's a
foul,
flagrant foul.
period. So I could see if you're going to say from that angle, you did that. No matter what, you did that. It's a flagrant foul.
I just think I think it was malicious. I think he plays it off like it wasn't. But at the same time, just to bring some context to the situation, Will Smith was crying at the Oscars after he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. So people can perform and switch up and whatever, but your intent was still there. His intent was there.
Well, that's
his-
fine. I'm not talking about his reaction. I'm talking about in the moment. If watching it, I didn't see.
Yeah, I don't
didn't
like.
see-
What are you grabbing his knee for? What are you grabbing it
Like I
for?
said, I didn't see. I'm agree.
I didn't see.
It's like he cupped it.
I didn't-
When you trying to get the
No,
ball, you're
because
like this.
No, because
You're
he-
like this. You
But if
got
the ball's
palms
out-
up,
If
right?
the ball's over there, the ball's out in front of you. How are you going to get the ball back to you?
Okay, all right. So yeah, but it wasn't like a long scoop. It was like an intentional with his knee type shit.
I disagree with that.
There's some dirt. Listen, Dylan Brooks could be said that. Look, you think Dylan Brooks is running down? See, I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm
I
like,
do.
hell no, hell no.
I think Dylan Brooks said,
Hell no.
"There's no way I'm letting him get this ball off. There's
Right.
no
Okay,
shot."
well, so he was definitely going to foul,
Yes.
but was he say, I'm gonna fuck him up? Because that's the malice.
I'm going to give him a playoff foul. Yes, I think he said that.
No, I don't think so.
Mm.
I think he said. Well, I think he said yes. You're right. I do agree with that. I think he said he's gonna give him a hard foul,
Right.
but not like I'm gonna fuck him up.
But he did.
I'm just saying.
He did it.
I got you. I don't know. I just
I
didn't.
hear
You know
what
what?
you're saying.
I didn't like it. I just didn't like the grabbing of it. I didn't.
But I mean, in this NBA, I mean, like, I don't, now everything gets called. I mean, shoot. But still,
right.
I don't think, like I said, I was the coach. I think it was more of a basketball play. I don't think he was like, I'm going to go after this knee.
Okay.
I think it was a basketball play.
But I agree. If they were to look back and assess a flagrant foul or however they do it, and he's got points now or whatever, I'd be fine with that. Like,
Nah, everyone gets fouls. now.
I get that, but I don't think a suspension, because if Ja doesn't get hurt in that moment, we don't even talk about it.
True.
Right. Because,
Right.
yeah.
If Gary Payton, and I also say this, if Gary Payton doesn't break his elbow, I don't think Dylan Brooks gets suspended. I think he gets thrown out of the game. I don't think he gets suspended though.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So
That's
I
fair.
mean, I think a lot of what happens afterwards is the key, and I think it's hard, especially since they didn't give Jordan Poole anything throughout the game. Like there was not even a foul called. I think it's hard for you to go back and then suspend him for
Okay.
something that we didn't even see in the game.
Yeah, that's
you know
fair.
what I mean?
That's fair.
So
That's fair. You know what? I just was analyzing a little bit. I'm like, oh snap, yo, look how people say like, nah, that little tap ain't do nothing. Nah, he was like shifted in this position, and he reversed shifted his knee. So, like I said, learning about the knee a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to kind of clarify that. My second thing is that, that Benjamin, Yo, Benjamin, why are you stealing my man Mike Blackson girl though? Like you trying to holler at us, huh? That's crazy, right? Did y'all see that?
I did.
I just read up on it a little.
Yeah.
That's crazy. First of all, I didn't know they was like tight like that. And then he was like, "Yo, listen, have you noticed that he hasn't played basketball ever since he tried to holler at my shorty?"
And the funny
He
thing
said,
was,
listen, the Sixers should have got rid of him for a Subway sandwich.
yo, exactly. Someone, but the funny thing was, he says, "I took care of him. He was my boy." He's like, I hooked him up with plenty of ladies.
Right.
He said, but then he came after my woman, and
Came after his shorty.
He said if he would have went after one of my side chicks, it would have been cool.
Right.
He went after my fiance.
that had me laughing too. That had me laughing big time. But I know, like I said, I know we only got a little bit left on the Sixers show, so I got to get your thoughts on Joker getting the MVP over JoJo. Now I heard an interesting point today, and it was true. Like Sixers fans are mad. Obviously, I think he was done dirty and robbed.
Right.
And what people said is, because when Joel lost out on that MVP, Sixers and Philadelphia fans are like, we lost out on our MVP award.
Sure.
So that's why they're so mad. So, but Coach, what are your thoughts? I mean, I think obviously, you see what happens in the playoffs, but I think when you look at the regular season, I don't think he was robbed as much as people think.
Yes, we have to remember it's a regular season award. I still think, and I changed my tune a little bit. Like right at the end of the regular season, I said that I knew Joker was going to get it, and I still don't think he shouldn't have got it. But I think the problem with the MVP and all these awards, in my opinion, is they're all stat based. So if you look at Joker's stats, they're insane. They're unbelievable. They're great. He didn't have two max players with him all year, and they still had a pretty successful season based on that. And his numbers were good. But if you watch Joel Embiid play this year, he's the MVP of this.
He's the MVP.
Like, and that's not to take anything away from Joker. Like, he had a great year.
Right.
And he had a better year than he did last year when he won it. But even like last year, I don't know if Embiid's healthy all year, he might not have won it last year.
Right.
So, or if LeBron was healthy all last year. So I'm not going to say he got robbed, because I think a lot of the guys who vote on this, it's a stat, it's an analytics thing, it's a stat thing. So that's where a lot of it comes from. But if you just the eye test of it, Embiid's the MVP.
Yeah.
Right. I think what Joker did, he did something that nobody did, right? Before, something like that. Scored some amount of points, certain amount of rebounds, certain amount of assists or whatever. It's the first player to do that. So I think that particular stat,
I believe it was a stat you're referring to that only Wilt and Oscar Robertson and Russell Westbrook were like the only other two players to do it, I believe.
right?
Some
other
I'll look it
stat.
up. Yeah.
And I think sometimes when you get those like one Guinness Book World Record stats, like you have to win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to win. People are going to find a way for you to win. Even though I do think Embiid was the MVP.
Okay. So just to clarify, he was
but Joker averaged more rebounds and more assists than him.
Yeah.
Right? Just Joel just had one category more than him.
So he joined
And blocks.
Wilt,
And blocks.
Magic, and Oscar as the only players in NBA history to have 30-point triple doubles while shooting 70% or greater 3 times.
No, I'm not talking about that. It was
No?
something about 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 something. He did something that was like the only one to ever do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
no, but here,
yeah, it's all good, but I'm just saying. But I mean, people could look it up or whatever. But he had one incredible statistic. It's almost, what it's like. It reminded me of what Carson Wentz did in that last year. I mean, he was the only one to throw.
How did Carson Wentz make it on the Sixers pregame show? That is a skill
with a receiver that is something. What is that skill? You know what I'm talking about?
It's throwing for 5,000 yards to all receivers under 6'2".
There you go. Right.
But I'm going to give you full credit tonight on bringing Carson Wentz into a Sixers preview show.
Yo,
that's just true dedication.
No, yo, listen, man. I like to marry things. You know what I'm saying?
So,
you know what I'm talking about? It's all right, though. Don't worry about it. We
know now.
get
I'm
it,
curious,
man.
but I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, but yeah, listen, at the end of the day, they got to win tonight.
They do.
Bottom line.
They do. And there's the other thing too. Do you and people are talking about the voters who vote for it. Do you think they need to change who gets to vote for the MVP award? I forget what it was. I think it was who was it that went on the other night and said that oh God, I'm drawing a blank.
But I know people, they was asking Richard Jefferson about it and whatever, and his face was demonstrative
Stephen Jackson
to know that, yo, listen, you know what? He was disappointed.
Right.
People are disappointed that Joel didn't win. But like I said, I thought Joel deserved to win. But at the same time, when he did because he didn't win, it's not like I'm like, oh wow, he had this statistic. It's the stats he had that was like, yeah, nah,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
It's like when Russell Westbrook had his first triple-double season, and James Harden that year was unreal. Like
right.
he was unbelievable. But because Russ had the triple-double season,
Mhm.
he
He
won
had to
MVP.
get it, yep, right.
And then the next year he has another triple-double season, and is nobody even talked about the MVP.
Right.
So it's just because he was the first time he had done that. Like nobody had seen it. So
It had
now-
to happen.
Yeah.
So the thing about what I worry about and what people are scared of is that, is this your echelon? Embiid, you know, and that's where I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I mean, I feel like he's gotten better, not worse.
Agreed.
I feel like he's gotten better.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I feel like the more savvy he gets, I think eventually, I'm saying, I think he'll continue to improve. I think we're going to see this Embiid for a little bit of time now.
I still think you're looking at that 3 to 5 year window.
That was said 3 years ago.
Well,
I feel like people said that 3 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Or 2 years ago, and we're still here. Like, you know what? Listen, the young man is what, was it 27, somewhere around there? So he's got about a good, I mean, I'll give you like about 5-6 years, you know what I'm saying? But I think our time is next year. I don't know if we win this year. If we win this year, what a blessing. But next year, I think it is. I think we still have lulls in offense that bother me.
And I think it's important. I agree with you. I think this year, if we win, it'll be like a miracle, not a miracle, but
everything's gonna fall.
Everything's gonna fall in the
yes.
But I think it's important. This series is so important to get to the next series.
Yes.
As a building block.
Yes, absolutely.
So I think, and I always say teams don't really go from just not contenders to all of a sudden they win.
Right.
It's a gradual process. So I think it's important that we take this step right here to get to that conference final, so then we can kind of.
I mean, because it doesn't matter if we do win this series. I don't know if we're beating Milwaukee or Boston. I mean, they're beating each other up.
That's why I think we can beat them. Shit, you know what I'm saying? And I think that listen. People say, why? I think did you say why did I want to face Milwaukee? Somebody asked me why I want to face Milwaukee. Because without Middleton, they're limited a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Boston played incredible defense yesterday.
Yeah,
Giannis looked like he had like
in the fourth quarter
8. You know what I'm saying? 8 defenders around him. You know what I'm saying? It was just ridiculous. Al Horford is Boston Al. You know what I'm saying? Boston Al is different than Philly Al.
Mm-hmm.
Philly Al was garbage, but Boston Al, there's something about him. You know what I'm saying? He reminded he's a little better than Atlanta Al.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think Boston Al was like an all-star. I think at one time or whatever.
I think he was a 2-time all-star.
So
matter of fact.
So we'll see. I just want, like I said, I just want us to win though.
Oh, absolutely. I want us to win. So with that said, give me a prediction for tonight. Give me a prediction. Give me a stat line for JoJo. Give me your unsung hero of the game.
George Niang.
Oh, okay.
Is the unsung hero. I think we bust their ass, man. For real. And of course, I'm hyping myself up for the game.
Absolutely.
But I believe that game on Sunday was a great game. Did y'all watch the game, the whole game, or did you do it? That was a great, like, stomach turning, like, what the fuck, man? Come on. What? Like that, I think you see that same type of game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm going, well, first of all, I think Joe's going to go off. I do think he's going to go off.
Okay.
I'm looking at him to get 30 and 15 or more, and I'm going with Corky. Corky's going to hit about 4 threes tonight.
Corky's gonna be corked on the bench.
He might be.
If he plays, that means we're
Well,
struggling.
we're
Yeah, I was gonna
struggling.
say,
We're
well,
in
listen,
trouble.
Listen, you got to take a shot when you go with unsung hero.
Yeah.
What about you, Coach?
I think we win a close one
I think we're all going with our hearts, but okay.
by about 3 or 4 points, something like that. 111, 108, somewhere in there. I think Joel gets 26, 27, something like that. I gotta go with my boy. I think he gets about 6 threes, 6 for 9. Danny Green, Green Ranger.
All right, the Green Ranger.
Okay. How do we feel about Harden playing this tonight?
21,
Yeah.
22.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he's going to put it, but I mean, if anyone's expecting him to be able to give you what he did,
Yeah.
again, I mean, he might. He has it in him. You see that. I mean, I hope no one's expecting him to come out and carry over from that.
Well, I feel like sometimes, I mean, and coach, I mean, listen, you went off in the. I always say the Garden. I don't know why. I always think that you was doing
It's
that
not-
in the Garden.
that would've
Sean.
been nice. It was not.
But you're a shooter, man. So once you find that stroke, that confidence, it comes. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, he found it. I saw early when he first came to Philly. I thought I saw, because when he first came to Philly, they were rolling. They were
Oh, I
rolling.
remember those first 2 games.
They were rolling. Then he went through like a little slump. You know what I'm saying? So I think we'll be fine. I think Jimmy does good. I think we'll be fine.
All right. Well, listen, with that said, for Coach, for Jay, once again, we appreciate you watching the Sixers pregame show. Go Sixers. Check out Let's Get It. We'll catch you next time.